Hello everybody. Jessica back after a long break from these videos, and I have to admit, from meditating. It is day 68 of my 100-day meditation journey. Day 67 was about a month ago, and I told you that I was going on a kind of a self-retreat out to the woods for a week, and I didn't actually formally meditate out there, but the idea was to eliminate all distractions. So while I didn't sit and time myself and have my eyes closed, most of the time during that week was spent just being. So I was just sitting, letting kind of what came up come up, and I worked with that as it did. There was moments of boredom, there was moments of frustration, there was moments of excitement, there was moments of just complete comfort in the moment and not needing anything to be different. It was an amazing week, very varied in my emotional state, in my thoughts, and some new stuff came out of there that you're probably going to see a lot of coming up in the next few months. Because the purpose of that was to go within even more than I can sometimes here at my house or where I do co-working, to give myself the space to really eliminate distractions. And believe me, even when you take away the usual distractions, your mind will find something to do. And so it was up to me to still be in an atmosphere of not doing, even though I could have busied myself that entire week, but I didn't. I did sometimes, but not all the time. So a lot more will be coming on that throughout these videos as I get back into my meditation habit. But I wanted to talk about my break here. It was unintentional. My intent was to formally meditate every day there, and my intent was to begin these videos the day that I got back or the next day, and none of that happened, and that's okay. I'm back at it. I'm getting back into the habit of it. There's no reason for me to say I'm not good at this, it's not meant for me, I don't do it right, I failed at the 100 days, it's worthless now because I have to start all over. And I could have chosen that. I could choose to start another 100-day journey, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to continue the journey I've already begun, and maybe I'll do another one after. Who knows? We'll see. But the point is, when you're trying to establish a habit, especially with meditation, is you can't spend your time beating yourself up if you miss a day or 2 or 30. It doesn't matter. If it's still in you and something you want to establish, something that you want to do, you just come back to it and start again, or start where you left off. It doesn't matter. Beating yourself up is going backwards in a way. So I'm just letting go of feeling bad about not doing these videos, about not meditating for a month, not formally meditating for a month, and just getting back into it. I meditated this first thing this morning, and man, it felt like a nice warm blanket, and the time went super fast. I was a little worried. I thought I'd be tired. I thought it would seem like it took forever because I hadn't done it in a month, but the hour it really flew by. So I was pleased with that. Tomorrow may be different. I don't know. We'll see. But it also reminds me of another habit I'm trying to establish, which is doing my Tai Chi. I'm learning Wu-Tu style Tai Chi. There's 5 different Tai Chi forms. The one I'm learning has 108 moves to it. That's the form. So, you think of, typically when people think of Tai Chi, they think, the old people in the park doing these slow movements. But there's 108 different movements that go into the form that I'm doing, and I've been working with my teacher one-on-one for the last 6 months, and getting back into that because I started it 3 years ago and was in it for quite a while, and then gave up and decided it was still good for me, and I really did want to do it, so I'm back in it. And I started with what I had, and I'm building from there. Now I'm adding a second piece of that. It's called push hands. It's where you do Tai Chi moves with a partner. And for me, that's very intimidating because although you're not in competition, it's for practice. So you can practice the form with another person. It's very competitive-esque because you're in a sense trying to find each other's weakness. Or get the other one off balance or whatever. And so my mind automatically goes to competition and I need to win. And I'm not a fan of that. So I get very, first of all, intimidated, and then I get frustrated because it's not easy. It looks easy, but it is not easy. And one of my habits and patterns is needing to do things perfectly right the first time, or needing to learn it and be excellent at it very quickly. And that is not the case with Tai Chi. Yeah, I'm picking up on some things, and I do learn fairly quickly, but this is not a quick exercise. And so it's a great practice for me in, it's a little windy out, so you may hear some squeaking. Anyways, it's a great practice for me in patience and being okay with not being perfect, in being on the journey and not having there's no destination in Tai Chi. You never are there. Even the masters are still learning, still growing. So there's no point to get to. There's no end spot where now you've got it, now you're done, next thing. So this is a good practice for me. But again, another thing that I've left for a time, this one longer, and come back to. And I can spend a lot of time beating myself up for quitting, or for giving up, or for forgetting things or whatever, but I'm not. I know that I can come back to where I was. I know I can grow even more. I know I can have a different understanding, a different way of approaching it, and I can move forward and ahead, move forward. So it's all about one day at a time, with meditation, with Tai Chi, with new eating habits, with new health habits, whatever it is you're trying to create for yourself. It's one day at a time. You're starting anew every day with where you are. You know, some days we move a little further, some days we don't move so much, some days we take giant leaps forward, and all of it is absolutely perfect. So always, as I say often, be gentle on yourself, be patient with yourself, and continue to make the choices that you know you want to have for yourself, the choices that you know are going to create the support from within and the support from without that you need in your life. So that's it for today. There's a lot more coming. I'm going to put out a video, probably a live video here shortly, on all the events that I have coming up, all the fun stuff that's going on. So everybody take care. I'll see you all tomorrow for day 69.